So, hello everyone. How are you guys? Mm, Can you please confirm? Am I audible and visible to all of you? Yes or no? So, yeah. So, I think many of you are live right now. So, I would say that some of you will join me today. Uh, Means somehow you can join me. So, guys, welcome to you all to this class. This is a class of quadratic equation. Again, one of the very important section of banking exam. So, if you want to give like any of the bank exam, there's a portion they ask question from quadratic equations, right? So, see, guys, basically, I would be guiding you 2 to 3 parts here. Means I would be guiding you like 2 to 3 parts. What are that basic parts are? Let's come to know. First, I would say the first part is that in this quadratic equation, if I would say in this quadratic equation, in this quadratic equation, what you need to understand first is there is a trick, guys. Okay, there's a trick also of knowing the sign. Okay, there's a trick. Okay, trick means you should know the trick because when you give like exams of prelims, when you guys give exams of prelims, you should know such tricks because that's that's basically does what, this basically saves your time. Okay, this basically saves your time. So irrespective of time, like you can note this out. Hi Veera, how are you? I hope am I audible and visible both. Am I audible now, Veera? Veera, am I audible now? Voice is a little bit low. Okay, let me increase the voice. Uh, just wait a minute. Now it's fine, Veera. Is it fine now? Now is it fine, Veera? Okay, that's fine. I've just hold on. Okay, that's great. Let's. Some of you should join me. Okay. So, guys, basically, what we are doing here is very important. We are going for quadratic equation, as all of you know now. We are going for this quadratic equation. Means, the point is that many of you only think that we need to solve such questions. Now, today we will be solving a question. Apart from that, I would say that you should know the like theory concept about it. So any equation, so guys, let me guide you that any equation of the form, if of the form I am saying like ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is known as quadratic equations, like is known as quadratic equation, where a is the coefficient of this a. So I would say where a is the coefficient of this small a is the coefficient of coefficient of coefficient of x square. I hope this makes sense. Where b is the coefficient of, yeah, you can say a is the coefficient of x square, where b is the coefficient of b is the coefficient of x coefficient of x, and I would say c is the constant term. I would say c is the constant is the constant term, right? When you see, these are like basic understanding about quadratic equation, which is this one, ax square plus bx plus c, in which a is the coefficient, b is the coefficient, and c is the coefficient. When you are having like power 2, when the power is 2, then always remember there would be two roots. There will be two roots, which satisfy the equation, which will satisfy this equation. Means two roots will be means the two roots will be satisfying the equation, the roots you will be getting. Okay, this is the first thing. Now guys, the way to figure out the roots are many things. First way, now the process the process, I would say, the process, or you would say, or you will say technique, or you would say technique to figure out, to, I would say, figure out the roots. The roots are, first one is, we did in the in our like classes, in our basic classes, in our like school days. The first one is middle split. The first one is middle split, right, which we always do. Second is the discriminant, knowing the discriminant. Always remember, this discriminant means b square minus 4ac, right? Now guys, one thing is very pretty much clear. When you go for a banking exam, they do not ask to tell the nature of roots, okay? Means they don't ask, you will write down, they don't ask about nature of roots, okay, about nature of root. Rather than they only ask to compare the roots. Nature of root means what? The root could be real, the root could be imaginary. They don't ask question from this. So this is not the part of our syllabus, so we will be not discussing, okay? I hope you are getting. Now the third part is sum of roots that I'll explain. So basically the process or technique to figure out the roots are middle split, which we did in our 8, 9, 10, and the discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac. They don't ask question from nature of the roots, okay? Now the third part is, they also say that, suppose guys, if I would ask you a question, suppose if I ask you a question that there is an equation like ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and suppose the roots are alpha and beta. The roots are basically, if I would say, the roots are basically, if I would write down, basically alpha and beta. First root is alpha, so alpha and beta, right? Then the sum of roots and the product of roots is also known as, right? But that is not the part of the study, Veera. Means that is not the part of the syllabus, so I am not discussing it. So guys, suppose I am saying that I have a two roots, one is alpha and second is beta, then what is the sum of roots, right? What is the sum of roots known as? Sum of roots are basically known as, sum of roots are basically alpha plus beta, right? And which is equals to minus b by a, which is minus b by a. Minus b is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square. Always remember. Then this is point number 1. Point number 2, product of roots. If I talk about the product of roots, so basically product of roots is alpha into beta, which is c by a, the constant term upon coefficient of x square. Okay, the constant term upon coefficient of x square. So these are like important points which everyone needs to know about the quadratic equation, right? But if you will understand, these are not the theory which are important or which you need to answer, which you require to answer the question. No, these are not important. In the banking exam, you need to only compare the roots. So guys, in the banking exam, the exam which you are giving, in the banking exam, you just need to compare the roots. Always remember, you just need to compare the roots, right? You just need to compare the roots. Understood? This is basically the core agenda. So our focus means this class, the focus is on the roots, right? The focus is on the roots. Okay, so let's discuss about the roots. There would be a lot of methods of finding out the roots, right? Roots can be figured it out uh, while doing the factor. So whenever you will figure it out the roots, you will do the factors, right? And roots are figure it out through two methods. First is sign method. First is sign method, right? First is sign method. This is the first one, and the second method goes for a factorization method, which is a factorization method. Factorization method. So there are the two methods of finding it out. First is this is the second method. First is sign method. Now the sign methods are very practical in nature, and when you are preparing for exams like like if you are going for any exams of the pre level, for example, if you're going for SBI pre, this is like very much useful. SBI clerk, very much useful. IBPS clerk, very much useful. IBPS PO, very much useful. So these sign methods give you answer in 2 seconds, I would say, in 2 seconds. Then the old methods are basically the factorization method which we do earlier. And factorization method holds two parts. One part is basically when having a coefficient of x square. First is while, write down while having coefficient of x square. And in this, when you don't have coefficient of x square, when you don't have coefficient of x square. So there are basically two things. First, when you have a coefficient of x square, okay, and second, when you don't have coefficient of x square. So there are basically two things. Again, I would say all of you, for in banking exams, we are only need to focus about the roots, sign method and the factorization method. Is it right? No, they will not take much more time. Just wait. See, everything I'll guide you. Just wait. Okay. Just wait. I'm just saying to wait. Just watch and see the theories of all the things. Just note it down, I would say. Give me some time. I'll explain you each and every part, how to figure it out. It will, see, this part will take hardly 2 seconds and this part will take 5 seconds. Okay. Not more than that. But for that, you should know all these points you should know, right? Is this clear? Okay, I hope you understood this one. Let's come to the next part. So basically, guys, firstly, we will be discussing the sign method. Firstly, the first point is to discuss the sign method. So in roots, we are discussing now. So in roots, we are discussing, first of all, we are discussing sign method. Try to understand every part, then I'll give you the questions. Please solve through that. Okay, because we always work on a quadratic equation. Always we are like working in a quadratic equation. That's the main motto. Okay, see guys, if a equation, so write down, if a equation means the equation here means the quadratic equation. If the equation contains both positive signs, what I am saying, if the equation contains both positive signs, both means they are having like both positive signs, then the roots would be a negative. Always remember. Then the roots will be negative. You can note it down. This would be negative sign and negative sign. Suppose I make you understand this through the example. X square plus 7x. This is I'm saying, taking an example, plus I would say 12 is equal to 0. Now the moment you want to break this, you will say that x plus 4x plus 3x plus 12. Now guys, the moment I write here, you will see that the values of x will be negative. So the roots will be negative. So this is this part. I hope you understood this one, okay? Now the second most important part, this is again guys, I would say note it down under the trick also, okay? This is again a kind of a trick also. So this is point number 1. Let's go for point number 2. So you can also note it down this, but the point, if equation have a positive sign, a negative sign, correct? Suppose I write here. If equation has first negative, let's say first negative and second positive sign, then always remember the root sign would be in positive. The root sign will be in positive, correct? This is like nobody understand this, but I'll make you understand that what I'm saying. Suppose I taken one equation. Suppose guys, this is the trick number 2. This is only 2 theories about the sign, okay? This is only the 2 theories, 2 concept you can say in sign method. We are just only 2 things. And again, I would say this is the most important things when you give exams of pre. Most important thing when you are willing to qualify the pre-exam, this is the most important thing. Suppose I take an example, what I am saying is x square minus 7x. Suppose I take example like x square minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. Now this comes under which one? This comes under trick number 2, which is first is negative and second is positive. Does it hold true when I say both are positive? How can you make this? Now see, the way of making it would be what? X square minus 5x minus 2x plus 10 is equal to 0. From here, if you take x common, this will become x minus 5, minus 2 common, x minus 5. So you can see barabar 0. So then you can see the roots are basically x minus 2 and x minus 5 is equal to 0. So from here the value of x is 2 and from here the value of x is 5. Isn't it? Say yes or no. So basically, have I said now first is negative and second is positive. Always remember this hierarchy should be followed. First is negative and second is positive, then the roots would be positive. Always then roots would be positive. This is the main point I am saying. The roots would be positive. I hope you understood this. Now let's see how many of you solve a question. Let me just make you solve a question. So guys, just I'm giving an example. These are like, I'll also give you example of past PYQs. X square, let's take an example. X square minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0 is equation number 1. And equation number 2, write down y square plus 8y plus 15. Y square plus 8y plus 15 is equal to 0. Now the options are basically, now see, options are A, x is greater than y, B, x is greater than equals to y, C, x is less than y, D, x is less than equals to y, option number E, C and D. Come on. Answer me, everyone. Okay, I've got some question. Okay, let me just show you. First of all, the method number 1. We will solve this with a two methods. First is properly we will solve this question. Let's take x square minus 7x plus 10 so equals to 0. So you can break it out. X square minus 5x minus 2x plus 10 is equal to 0. From here x you taken out, x minus 5 minus 2 taken out, x minus 5 is equal to 0. From here the value of x is 2 and the value of x is 5. This is the first way which we did in the class, right? Now no point of doing this, but I'm just solving this for you. No point of doing this, I'm just solving this for you. Let's come for the second one. Second one, what we are having? y square plus 8y plus 15. Now you know that 15 should be 5 into 3. So y square plus 5y plus 3y plus 3y plus 15 बराबर 0. From here taking y common, y plus 5. Taking 3 common, y plus 5. Now here the roots would be y plus 3 and y minus 3. Correct, na? Y plus 3 and so both the roots would be negative. Minus 3 and minus 5. I hope this is clear. Now you can compare and you can straightly say that. What you can say now, come on. You can straightly say that x having a positive value, y is negative. So x is greater than y. So option number A is correct. But this is a bit lengthier method. But I would say this is a bit lengthier method, a most lengthier method. Can we solve this question through without figuring out the roots? Let me check you. Let me make you solve this, okay? So if the point here comes, can we solve through other methods? Let's see. So let's go for method number 2. Let's go for method 2. If I go for method 2, now guys, I know x square minus 7x plus 10. First sign is, if I would write, I would say first sign is negative and the second sign is positive. So the roots will be negative, first thing. Now if I am having the second equation, because first is positive, okay na? Which is y square plus 8y plus 15 equals to 0. Roots would be, I don't know the roots, the root would be negative. Is it right? This would be the roots. Here the roots would be positive. Here the roots would be negative. Come on, say. While only observing the nature of the roots. Can I answer? Definitely, because this is positive, this is negative. X is greater than y. So there are two methods. This is method number 2. Do not solve anything. Don't solve anything. Just answer on the basis of what we have done. Is it right, everybody? I'm not solving anything. I'm just doing it the way the sign says, right? Only for the sign. Now let's go for trick number 2. Just go for trick number 2. These tricks are very important. Trick number 2. Trick number 2 says what? If you have number x square minus 3x, 30x minus 254. You have number like x square minus 30x minus 254 is equal to 0. And the second equation is y square minus 18y minus 403. Y square minus 18y minus 403 is equal to 0. Options are x greater than 0, x greater than equals to y, x less than y, x less than equals to y, and C and D. Try this. Just try that how you can answer this question. What logic you guys can apply? Go for it. Come on, guys. Go for it fast. Some of you are saying C and D. Anybody else? Some of you are saying C and D. Anybody else? C and D, okay. First of all, so some of you are saying C and D, but let me now say that what is the theory of this part, means how this works. If both the constant term means C, if the constant term C, C means this one, constant term C contains a negative sign, contains negative sign, then always the relation is C and D. Relation is C and D. A very important concept. A very important concept. These are like very important concept. Without using a pen, if you know this concept, without using the pen, if you know really, if you want to know this concept, it's like very good. If you really want to know about this concept, this is what we are practicing right now. Correct? I hope everyone got this. So let us solve a question based on this, okay? Let us solve question based on this. First question is x square minus 13x plus 42. X square minus 14x plus 32 is equal to 0. Compare it, okay? Then y square plus 15y plus 50. Y square plus 15y plus 50. Come on, do it. How can you solve? Do it 56, that would be great. Which could be the relation? First is x greater than y, x greater than equals to y, y is greater than equals to x, and y is greater than x, none. Solve. Some of you are saying x, y. Okay, wait, let them solve first. Everyone should answer, those who are trying, come on guys, everyone should answer. Done everyone? Done? Done? What I said just right now. Just right now I said, just figure it out the root. First sign guys, if you remember, this is negative sign and this is positive sign. So the roots would be what? Positive, positive. And these all are positive, then the roots would be what? Negative, negative. Simply what should be the answer? The answer is must be x greater than y. Option number A. See, I hope you understood. Let me solve one more problem. X square minus 8x plus 4 बराबर 0. Y square minus 17y plus 60 बराबर 0. x is y, x is y, x is y, x is C and D. Come on. Try everyone, try fast. Try those who are watching me. Come on, guys, try. Nasimha, can you answer? Why we are going to find out the factors? See, what I said now right now, Nasimha. What I said before solving, don't go for finding out the factors. Don't go. Don't go to find out the factors, as I always say to all of you. It's 40. Okay, this would be 42. This would be 42. Don't go for finding out the factors. First, see the sign. First is negative, second is positive. So the roots will be positive, positive. Here, all the positive, then would be negative, negative. That is why I'm saying that you need to understand the equations first. The nature, the sign of the equations. If you understand this, you can easily say that x is greater than y. This is your answer. Only this much you need to do. Like, yes. Now let us go for second question, which is 9x square plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. And second is 2y square minus 15y minus 70. Solve. Greater than y, y, C and D. Come on, try. Try solving. Please solve, Nasimha. Yes. Answer again would be C and D. Why? Just now I said this sign is negative and this sign is negative. If it is like that, always there is a C and D, means you need not, basically you can write constant terms having a negative sign, answer is C and D. Constant term having negative sign, the answer is C and D. Okay. So again, there are two kinds of quadratic equation. First is the sign method, which we did. Now we are focusing on factor breaking method, or you can say factors method. Another way of finding the roots, if roots are given, then you can find out the roots by factorization, breaking the factorization. You can find out the roots by breaking the factorization, and as I said, factorization contains of two parts. First is when there is a coefficient of x square, coefficient of x square is there, right? And when we don't have coefficient of x square, when we don't have coefficient of x square. I always said this part is as easy as compared to the other part. We will take an example and then we'll solve. Suppose if I take a equation x square plus 13x, 23x plus 13, x square plus I would say 23x plus 130. First is this one, right? Now suppose you need to solve. Now see the sign. Now sign, the trick involves in the sign only. Here no sign, I have guided you like that. Okay, so here the totally scene is different. Here the total scene is different. We are not discussing the sign right now. And the second is y square plus 7y plus 12. Okay, second is y square plus 7y plus 12. Guys, let me make you explain the first part, and then we will be like, I will be myself giving you homework. You can solve that by your part also, right? That's up to you. Now first of all, now this is very quick. The value of x would be how much? Can I say positive of 10 and positive of 3? This will give me 13. No. 10 and 13, positive of 10 and positive of 13. This is the value of x I am getting. But the roots would be, this is step number 1. Step number 2, reverse the sign. The roots would be minus 10 and minus 13. Is it correct? Minus 10 and minus 13. First, this is known to you. Second, I am having y square plus 7y. Again, this is, trick will not apply in this. So you can say that the roots would be, the value of y would be plus 4 comma plus 3. Correct now? Correct now? Now here the value of y would be minus 3 and minus 4, isn't it? Two things will come. Now see, pick out any values, pick up the any value. Like suppose you pick this value, minus 10. Compare this minus 10 with these two values. First is this one and second is this one. you will find what? -3 and -4 and -10. Because see guys, what happens now, if you draw a number line, if there is like -10, then you'll go to -7, then -6. So minus, like, in decreasing value of minus, give me the increment value. So from here I can say that y is greater than -13 is also y is greater than. So the answer would be y is greater than x. Have you got this point? Always pick out the single value and then compare. For example, if you want to compare 13, pick 13, compare with again with -3 and then compare again with -4. Okay. These are like very basic things, I would say, very basic thing to understand the problems. Okay. I hope you guys have understood this. Come on, say. Let me give you the question of, I would say, SBI PO. Okay. Okay. Now let me give you the question of SBI PO. SBI PO. This is the question of SBI PO, right? Now the question is basically x square minus 30x, x square minus 30x plus 2 to 1 is equal to 0. And the second is y square minus 17y, y square minus 17y plus 60 equals to 0. See, the hurdle part is what? These are like exam oriented question, everyone. As you guys know, this is basically came in the one of the exam, means SBI PO. This also came in SBI PO. Student feels problem how to factorize this. Now this is when the coefficient of x square is not there. The motto should be, I would write the step number 1. The step number 1 should be break out this 2 to 1 to make it 13. Always break out in such a manner. Now if you do so, you will see the logic that this is basically, if you do this 13, like, then the other number would be 17. This is the quick response that you should get. Again I am saying, this is the quick response that you should get. If this is 13, this would be 17. And multiplication of these two gives me 2 to 1. Isn't it? Say yes or no. Of course, true. I hope you are getting. Correct, everyone. Now, you need to make like minus, and see, this is the question asked in. Can you say the root should be positive only? And if you write down the positive, this would be 13 positive value and 17 positive value. Because this comes under the trick minus and plus. This comes under the trick minus and plus. So I hope you got the roots of this. Come on, say. Is it true, everyone? 60 is what? 12 fives are. Again minus are there. Minus 12 and minus 5 give you minus. But the roots would be what? Plus 12 and plus 5. I hope you can see these all things. Pick out each and every value. If you put this, now see, I will change the color of marker. If you put this 13, compare this with 12 and 5, you will find out x is greater than y. And if you put this 17, compare out with 12 and plus 5, you will get again x is greater than y. So always remember, in such questions, you need to compare each value to other two values. Is it right? Everyone is getting? I hope you're getting this. Is it true? Now it is clear. Come on, say. Narsimha, is this clear to you? So these are, see, this is like a basic thing which I am guiding you, a basic thing. Let me give you one more problem. I'll give you the sheet today also, okay? X square plus 13x plus 40, x square plus 13x plus 40 is equal to 0. And the second value is y square plus 7y plus 10. Y square plus 7y plus 10. Come on, solve. X is greater than y, x is y, y is x is less than y, and third is C and D. Try guys, try everyone. This is x square plus 13x plus 40 is equal to 0. Solve, then I'll solve. Solve, come on. Now see, let me solve this one first. Here, the roots would be negative only because the positive sign and positive sign. Okay. So this would be how much? 8 and 5. So this would be plus 8 and plus 5. But the root sign would be opposite, which is minus 8 and minus 5. First, this one. Okay. I hope this is clear. Second is 10, 7y. Y would be plus 5 plus 2. Sign would be opposite, minus 5 minus 2. Clear? Now see. If you take out this 8 and compare this with minus 5, you will say that here x is less than y. Y is greater. If you pick out this 8 and then again compare with minus 2, you will see that x is less than y. Just come here. Put this minus 5 and minus 5, so x is equal to y. Minus 5 and minus 2, put out this, comparing, put out this, then comparing. Again you will say that x is greater than, less than y. So x is less than equals to y would be my option number D. I hope you guys have understood. Come on, say. Understood, yes or no? Understood, yes or no? Say yes or no. So as I said in the first class, bifurcate this chapter into two parts. Always bifurcate this chapter into two parts. First part is the sign method. When you can see you have like easiest way of solving, why to have a roots. Do not like solve for the roots. First thing. Second thing is go for factorization method. Solve much more questions so that you could be very quick in solving the question, like very quick. Correct. So I hope that all of you enjoyed it. You like the session, everyone. This is the first class. So from tomorrow, we will be just only solving the quadratic equations. Okay, I will be just coming up with the questions also, and all the questions will be past PYQs. Okay. Till then, I hope you really enjoyed the class. Bye bye everyone. Bye guys. Signing off, Agnimitra. Let's see you in my paid classes. Bye bye guys. Bye. Take care. Bye.